Are we live? Let me check here real quick before we begin with our little different circumstance. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, we are live. Welcome on in, everyone. This is Punmaster Logue. It is Monday night. Feels kind of weird saying that, considering it's probably either been a long time since I last streamed on a Monday, or we had to make up for, unfortunately, missing last Thursday. So, yeah. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope everyone is doing wonderful. I'm doing good. Doing good. I'm glad to... Well, there's that, so there we go. Hold on. Gotta take care of that. But yes, we are live. We are in living color. It is Monday night, so we're going to kind of be playing by a very different set of rules tonight, so yes. But happy to be here overall. Welcome to a special Monday night edition of Strike Down. And yeah, we're getting everything sorted, situated. Send out the word that we are live. We are in living color on a unique Monday night edition. So yeah. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing better, doing good, doing good. Happy to finally be live and stuff. So yes, for unfortunately missing Thursday night, we're actually going to have a very special case of having 3 shows this week. So more bang for the buck, shall we say. But yes, Mufasa, Monday night fight night. Zoe, welcome on in. Kay, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. So yes, welcome to a very, very unique Monday night edition of, well, Strike Down, which it certainly is interesting to say the least, that we are live on a Monday night. Yes, Monday night, usually prime time edition if you're on other stuff, but tonight, RPW, I guess, is going rando prime time, I guess, for tonight's edition. So, just going to get the ball rolling here in just a moment. But yeah, we have a lot to look forward to. We have very much a lot to look forward to. Got that. Did I forget something else? Hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure that everything is all set, ready to go. And then we can be on our way. Oh, nope, almost there. And there we go. All right. How is everyone doing? How was your weekend? How was your Mondays so far? If you welcome on in, Rex, Zoe, Kay, Mufasa, everybody else in the hemisphere or stratosphere. Hybrid, welcome on in, good sir. You're just in time for a very, very unorthodox Monday night edition of Rando Party Wrestling. Strike Down tonight. Like I said, for those that were not aware, unfortunately I had to miss last Thursday due to IRL reasons that were beyond control. But we're making up for it by having a special Monday night edition of RPW Strike Down. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to be having 3 shows this week. Not to mention, I actually helped our friends over at Riot Spider 353 Wrestling with a little bit of commentary yesterday. So I'm going to be doing 4 days of commentary this week, which personally I'm actually pretty hyped about because it gave me an opportunity to practice a little bit in the meantime. But yeah, how was everyone's weekend? For those that didn't know, I actually had the opportunity to go see Spider-Man Brand New Day 2 times this past weekend. So, yeah, I enjoyed the movie both times, to be honest. It was actually really good. For me, if I were to kind of rank all 4 Tom Holland Spider-Man films, I'd say for me it's only just a little bit behind No Way Home. Which is kind of unique considering both of them are kind of companion pieces on their own. In a manner of speaking, I guess. More in a manner of speaking. But yeah, let me get the stream manager going here, and then we'll be on our way. On our way. There we go. Only seen that first one. Homecoming, I believe. Or, yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's not a bad one, to be honest. It's actually not a bad time for that. But yeah, need to catch up. Trust me. Take it at your own pace, because I've had a long time to try to catch up with a bunch of them, both in the past and concurrently. So, but yeah. So with that being said, tonight's edition is probably going to be, I don't know, somewhere in a very unique period of time, because we actually only have 5 matches. Not to mention, 2 out of the 5 only just got added in the span of the last hour. Because, like I said, this was supposed to initially take place last Thursday, but we have a very stacked edition of Strikedown tonight, and we actually got a few announcements that will be hopefully said tonight. But yes, the opener is going to be something that kind of stems from a few weeks ago. Mufasa and Headhunter Harris continuing this little stretch here that took place during the week of Calamity and Battle City Strikedown. Why? Well, let me roll the clock back a few weeks ago to the week of Calamity. Of course, I'm talking about the 4-on-4 elimination match between the Mario Bros. And their team and the Prestige Alliance, which then led to a surprise win for the Mario Bros. Not to mention, that stemmed into them winning the tag team titles. Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man? Before I delve with my own thoughts into that. Yes, so it stemmed into that, which of course led into not only the Mario Bros. Winning the tag team titles, aka the Synergy belts, the 2 nights later at Battle City Strikedown, but it also even stemmed into the Path to Oblivion gauntlet match. Honestly, more of an Iron Man fan, seeing all the Iron Man. To be honest, I actually remember going to see the first Iron Man film with Kay and a cousin of ours, actually, years ago, 2008. It was kind of where it somewhat all started, and then, for those that may have remembered the Incredible Hulk film, I think, a little bit later that year, then that's when, things were unique. I wasn't a regular, back to what initially we were talking about, pardon, before I get back into that too much. Yes, it stemmed into these two having a back and forth during the Path to Oblivion gauntlet match. And now, they're looking to settle it here tonight in a Detroit street fight. So got a lot to look forward to. But before we go any further on that, Kay and I both kind of grew up on the Tobey Maguire trilogy. I definitely would say, out of all of them, the Green Goblin from Willem Dafoe is one of my favorite villains. I didn't see the Amazing Spider-Man duology with Andrew Garfield until much later. And I'm kind of... I'm split. I'm in the middle when it comes to his performance. I think he actually does very well for himself. But I feel like, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot that he was able to really work with, considering what was going on at the time with the Spider-Man IP, before they got into the Sony Universe stuff. Give or take that circumstance. So, Tom Holland, I think he is fantastic, and I'm not going to spoil the Spider-Man film for Brand New Day, but I will say this. It's a good, mature story, and I think it's got to be up there as one of my favorite MCU films at the current moment. So, I think Holland, once again, does very well for himself. And yeah, I think both him and Frank Castle, the original Punisher, shall we say, especially in this case of RPW, I think they were phenomenal together. So, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I couldn't really tell you my top 5 MCU films, because I've seen a lot of them, but I'm also in and out with the MCU quite a bit, so hoping to change that maybe at some point. But we're only here so much for the MCU. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it probably on and off. That's more than good with that. But we're here to talk about Rando Party Wrestling tonight. Not to mention, outside of this Detroit street fight, champion versus champion. Later on, Ricky Flash, the Brass Knuckles champion, heading on over from Glitch to take part in this matchup tonight on Strikedown, to go up against the current Strikedown heavyweight champion, the Emerald Hound himself, our, at this current moment, resident superhero, Setanta, coming in clutch over the past couple of days. A lot of wrestling, putting himself quite through the ringer, especially this past Saturday over on YouTube during the Lionsgate Showdown, successfully retaining the championship over the Sandman in their rematch. Suffice to say, Trash Cans unfortunately did get hurt in the middle of the matchup. So, by all means, go check out the YouTube for Pun Master Logue to see where you can find this said title matchup. But with that being said, our main event tonight, the continue of the Labors of Hell, aka the Path to Oblivion, continues between Jim Steele and Cody Saturn. They are going to be locked inside a steel cage, closing out tonight's show. Well, that's for then. I think it's time. Let's head right into it with tonight's edition of Monday Night Strike Down. Let's head off to ringside. But yeah, good stuff throughout, I think. I definitely enjoyed Black Panther. I have my thoughts on Thor Ragnarok, but it's neither here nor there. But with that being said, the following contest is a Detroit street fight, scheduled for one fall here on this Monday night edition of Strike Down. Coming to the ring first, from Hellview, he is a former RPW Tag Team Champion. He is the Headhunter, Harris. Gotta make sure I save my voice for the rest of this week too, so. Oh, Jesus. Harris, one of the most intimidating figures I have ever seen in any sport to date. Since returning a few weeks ago, he's been in a very unique pathway. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Appreciate that. And his opponent, representing the Prestige Alliance, he is the RPW Light Heavyweight Champion from Battle Creek, Michigan. This is the New Age Punisher, Mufasa. Only because we were slightly talking about Frank Castle, so just may use that only once on tonight's show. Without further ado, let's get right into it. By the way, do I sound okay? Just making sure these are still the new pair. They just, wanted to make sure. All righty then. Let's get right in with a Detroit street fight. Gentlemen, if you please. Battle at the ready. Oh, they're staring daggers at each other. This is something different. Oh, hold on. Going up, I think. Wait a minute. Tornado DDT by the light heavyweight champion and Mufasa. Blocked there. Hold on. Oh, crash and burn onto the Headhunter. Big shot there right to the gut. Big back elbow by Mufasa. Super kick got him right on the chin there. Mufasa not a happy camper right now after a couple weeks ago. Of course, walking out as light heavyweight champion at Battle City, but didn't get the opportunity to go after Setanta's Strikedown Heavyweight Championship. Victory roll, pay leg kick, dropping the big man. Top rope springboard right into the knees. Jesus. Big shots, hold on, going right into the KO Corral here tonight from the get-go. Like I said, this is a Detroit street fight, which means technically they could go for anything underneath the ring, but tonight they are the Lethal Weapons. Big shots right into the head, though. Oh! Oh, they are just on a different level of crazy here tonight on Strike Down. Of course, we also got Strike Down this upcoming Thursday. Hold on, hockey fight! Oh my God! Jesus, Pete! Hold on, elbows right to the gut here from the Headhunter. Wait a minute, oh my God! Heavy Nash-style elbows there. What is Harris? Oh, no! Bringing out a ladder here tonight from the get-go. These are about to go off the rails real quick on Strike Down. Hold on. Mufasa catching Harris. Big shot to the gut. Never mind there. Detroit Red Wing style of hockey fight. Sounds about right. The action about to get pucked up real quick. Harris. Hold on. Oh, no! Detroit Red Wing style of just go crash and burn. Backslide driver. Oh, that was nasty. Oh, come on in, Revin. Good to see you, ding dong. His bell got rung. Good to see you, good to see you. Hope you are doing well, good sir. How are the cookies tonight over on the dark side? Figured I would ask. Oh, Jesus, trying to bang the head right onto the mat there. Hold on. Uh-oh. Is this what I think it is? Going up, I think, for the vertebreaker. Oh, God. Just in time for our opener here tonight on Strike Down. What the hell was that noise? I thought I heard something literally just explode there at ringside. So these are good this time. Oh, big drop there. Oh, my God. Hold on, Harris going wild. What is he about to bring out? It's the thumbtacks. Oh, no. Hold on. Grabbing the tacks. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to drop the sack there. As he goes for the cover here. One. Oh, it's getting up. Hold on. Wait a minute. Trying to go for the horror bomb. Oh, with a chop block right near the thumbtacks. Hold on, Mufasa. Going up. Punishment unleashed. Mufasa for the cover. 1, 2. Harris with the shoulder up. Guess you get no cookie. Oh, no. Trying to choke out the headhunter here tonight on Strike Down. What is Mufasa about to do? Oh, he just rolled right out of it. Mufasa unleashing the thumbtacks here tonight. Welcome on in, Christian. Good to see you. You're just in time for a special Monday night edition of Strike Down. Wait a minute. Lights. Oh, God. I think the light bulb's broken. So we got the thumbtacks inside the ring. Hold on. Harris right into the steel steps. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. Going on up. Oh, my God. His leg colliding with that steel step. These two going neck and neck. Oh! Choke bomb with his head colliding with the step. No! Medical's going to have a field day after that. Hold on. What's he grabbing? A kendo stick. Shades of the Sandman from Saturday night at the Lionsgate. Oh, Jesus. Got the crimson mask like it's Norman Bates from 1960-something. Oh, Mufasa, back up. Going up for the flying head scissors, taking down Harris. Oh, these two are putting each other through the ringer. Except it's not Johnny Knoxville. Oh, tripping him like, what the hell? When did we get ice cream or something? Hold on. Harris going up. Oh, super. Oh, he didn't even. Oh, my God. That was a fireball. Super kick. Wait a minute. Great buster. Jesus. Well, ataxia. Thank you. I think that was the original variation of punishment on... Is that a light tube? Oh, come on. That's not a good idea. That might have been a good idea for him. Detroit style street fight, lights up, lights out, lights broken everywhere. Pumpkin breaking him open. Jesus. Thank you for the streak, Revan. Do appreciate that. God, I thought they were going to have a freaking lightsaber fight like it was on freaking Tatooine. It's a very vanilla entrance, though. Springboard. Oh, with a diving clothesline. Hold on. Harris has him right in his clutches. To brighten up the day with that. I appreciate that. Dodge it. Oh, back elbow. Hold on. Oh, catching him. Sending him right to the outside, though. I do appreciate that, Revan. That was great. Hold on. Oh, big Eastern lariat there. Almost like Stan, the reverse lariat Hansen. That's a freaking oh, no. Not another bag of thumbtacks. I'll have to turn this into a match of 10,000 tacks, though. Bringing out the trash can. Baseball slide, taking out the trash can like he's Duke Droese. Oh, my God. Big block. Kick right to the hamstring. Picking him up. Hold on. Going up for the snake eyes. Harris for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Jesus. Springboard guillotine leg drop by Harris. Right in his element in this Detroit street fight. Harris, wait a minute. Kick to the hamstring. Well, kick to the hammy. Trying to go, I think, for the cave in there. Oh, Jesus. Trying to drop the Punisher here. Harris looking for a table. Bringing it into the ring here. We're about to see one of the most... Hold on. Oh, sharp elbow by the light heavyweight champion. They're going up, I think, for a standing Americana. Oh, elbows from Harris. The title's on the line. Hold on. DDT into the thumbtacks, though. Trying to, hold on. Stomping on the phalanges of the headhunter here tonight. Wait a minute. Mufasa about to set him up, I think. M300. Cover. 1, 2. Oh my God, he kicked out. Hold on. Lights. Oh, out though, but he landed on the thumbtacks and the frame of the table. And Harris was somewhat still standing there. Oh my God, he got up. Oh, Jesus. God. When you're dealing with someone like Harris, his pain threshold is next level almost. He's a very underrated technical competitor, though, too. It's kind of one thing that always catches me off guard. Did he throw it onto him? Wait a minute. Oh, chop in the head. God. It's almost like he was trying to dig a canyon or something in between the... Mufasa back up. M300. Cover. 1, 2. He did it again. Jesus. He's back up low. Hold on. Over the rope onto that ladder, though. Harris going up. Oh, right through the ladder. We're not in London, but the bridges are falling down tonight on Strikedown Monday night. Jesus. What did he bring out? Bringing out the smoking gun. Oh, Jesus. About to rearrange the face like his name is Mankind or something. Moonsault slam. God. beating up each other. Holy, yes indeed. And he brings out another thumbtack. Sack all together. Jesus, you don't get more deflated than that from the New York Giants or something? What did Tom Brady play with? Hold on, springboard. Knee into the thumbtacks. The snapmare there. Jesus. Hold on. What is he about to go for? Oh, he's taking it right to the corner, though. Going up for the scoop slam. Wait a minute. Mufasa has him, though. Going up. Wait a minute. Rolling over him. Underneath. Going up for the flying head scissors. Right into the thumbtacks. Big drop kick. By the young lion himself. But to rake the face in. Jesus. Tom Brady played for the Patriots and the Buccaneers. Okay, thank you. I'm not a big American football fan, but just wanted to make sure. Oh, caught him midair. But thank you. Last time I heard about something like a Patriot, it was probably the American Revolutionary War. Brought out another light tube here. Oh. Lights out. Oh, God. Someone's got him like in the cover. Trying to go for something. Cover. Referee a little dazed there. 1, 2, 3. Woo. What a fight. What a way to open up Strikedown on a Monday night. Here is your winner. It looks like he just went through a grater. The RPW Light Heavyweight Champion, the Punisher, Mufasa. He ain't got no war paint left. Jesus, Pete. Whoo. GG's to both, because they tore. I knew he won a good, decent amount of Super Bowls. And that's up there as one of the all-time, if not just the all-time, like, top lead in terms of Super Bowl, the Civil Bowl, yes. The Civil Bowl. Well, I mean, that definitely tells you how much I've watched football over the years. Very little, very little. But alas, yes. What a way to open up this Monday edition of Strikedown. But I do need to bring something up, though. What is up with this Thursday's edition of Strikedown? Well, let me tell you. A big reason why Ricky Flash is going to be in the house here tonight is because, yes, GG's, what a prestige win, is because Oblivion, coming up on Thursday, August 27th, will be the next time that he will defend the Brass Knuckles Championship, this time over on the red brand. So that begs the question, who will be the next challenger? Well, we're going to be finding that out this upcoming Thursday on Strike Down, when we find out who will be the #1 contender for the 10 pounds of brass and the King of Crows himself at the end of the month at Oblivion. We will worry about Ricky Flash in just a little while. We're going to switch it over to the other side of the spectrum tonight. The knockouts are in action. See if I can get this going here real quick. Also hoping to make sure to get some cog creating going after this as well. After tonight at some point. Coming up next, we have Yumi Kurohana versus Lizzie Rain in one-on-one competition. So let's bring it on in. Hopefully at least it gives the ring attendants enough time to clean up ringside before we go too crazy with tonight's show. Alrighty then. Yumi Kurohana I don't think I've actually seen her alternate attire, though. Versus Lizzie Rain. All right, let's head out to ringside for our next matchup. I think this might end up being a unique, fun little matchup here. So we're going to have to find out in just a moment. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Coming to the ring first, from the land of the rising sun, this is Yumi Kurohana. Ooh. Nice little setup here. Hold on one second. Get all set and ready to go. And her opponent, from the United Kingdom, this is Lizzie Rain. There's going to be a lot of buckets of blood towels, so there's another thing to buy for the arena. You know what? That is completely fair. I swear, every time I'm going to have to work on that with the pyro guy. But yes, very, very fair, Mufasa. Thank you for bringing that up. With that being said, let's head right into it with our next matchup. Big shot there by Lizzie. Hold on, Kurohana. Back with the Meteora. Hold on, line of salt landing on the knees, though. Oh, Jesus. Going for the cannonball senton. Oh, big shot there by Yumi. Hold on. Jawbreaker. Big shot there. These two still newcomers to RPW. And these two newcomers to RPW. Hold on. Big forearm by Lizzie Rain. When I think of a reverse victory roll. Cover. What? None. Hold on. Reversal by Yumi. One. Oh, big push off there by Rain. Jesus, Pete. Hold on. Driving the forearm. Dude, what's good? Need to go. No problem, TJ. Cheeky humor indeed. Hold on. Oh, landing on the Village of Smurfs. Good to see you, TJ. That forearm was sick. Oh, apparently I gotta make sure that the temperature was checked just to make sure it's still all good. Hold on. Lizzie Rain getting hit with an elbow by Kurohana. Slipping on the mat there. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. These two trading shots there between the both of them. Hold on. Jawbreaker by Lizzie Rain. Springboard. Oh, colliding heads. I don't think that was supposed to go that way. God. That was certainly dangerous. Kurohana right now. Getting blocked with a shot to the gut. Shot to the gut. Thank you. Hold on. Big knee. Now for the Firewoman's carry. Let's go for a modified snake eyes. Kurohana getting hit with a shot right to the midsection. Big DDT taking her down. Oh my God. Talk about Lizzie raining down the punches onto Kurohana. Diamond tip elbow, a little short with a roundhouse to the side of the shoulder. Oh! Boss woman slam there. Like a black hole slam, if you will. Big shot there by Kurohana. Going up. Going for a belly to belly. Hold on. STO taking her down. Lizzie Rain getting hit with a big shot by Yumi. Kurohana getting hit with a big shot of her own. Oh! Oh, these two almost 50 and 50 here. Hold on. I mean, literally. Going up. Oh! Crash and burn there with the attempt of that missile drop kick. Rain. Big thunder shot. Rain going for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Yumi Kurohana. Lizzie Rain trying to get some semblance of control here. But to drop the burning knee onto Yumi. What can she do to get the upper hand against a very tough opponent? Very close in proximity and skill set. Oh! Buzzsaw kick taking her out. Kurohana going up. Wait a minute. Sun. Oh! Oh my God! Big rolling cutter for the cover. 1, 2. Oh! Jesus, Pete, these two tearing the house down here tonight on this Monday edition of Strikedown. Wait a minute. Big shot right from the knee. Yumi not backing down from any fight that Lizzie's bringing. Big back body drop. Springboard. Oh, just a little out of reach there. Trying to do whatever it takes. Desperation setting in. European uppercut. Beautiful accuracy. Oh. Lizzie Rain going up high here. Oh, with a meteor, I believe. Colliding there. What is Yumi about to go? Or hold on, locking in, I think, a figure 4 sharpshooter. Yumi breaking out of it by sheer force of will. Hold on. Oh! Big clotheslines here by Kurohana. Kurohana catching the foot. Leg sweep. Is this her moment here? Kurohana going for the cover. 1, 2. Lizzie with the shoulder up. Almost took out the ball of the ankle there a little bit. Hold on, what happened? I don't think that was supposed to happen. Oh, the clip, sorry. Hold on, going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, with the shoulder up. Okay, TJ, you're still here. I just whisper it to me or something and I can put it up. Big shot there. Well, maybe. Shot right to the gut, though. Hold on. Kick to the midsection. Oh! Cyclone kick. Kurohana going up. Wait a minute. Rolling cutter. Cover. 1, 2. How did she kick out of that twice? Kurohana up, top rope moonsault, beautiful accuracy. Oh, I'm gonna have to work on that, aren't I? Elbow right into the back, though. Kurohana going up. Oh! Lizzie Rain, big lariat taking down Yumi. What is she about to go for, though, is the question. Going up. Oh, landing on the tailbone, though. Kurohana going up. Meteora connects. Kurohana about to go up. Tornado DDT by Lizzie Rain. What will be the final shot in this contest? Going up. Wasteland. Hold on to a modified bow and arrow hold. Trying to break down Yumi Kurohana tonight on Monday night. Oh! Hold on. Knife edge chop. Looking to try to injure the leg of Kurohana. Hold on. Wait a minute. Kurohana getting blocked with a knee again. Big shot there. Trying to go for a power slam. Wait a minute. Kurohana. Reverse DDT. My Jesus. Could be going up, I think, next. Nice dodge there by Lizzie, but it might not be enough, though. Back elbow. Stand corrected. Her own rolling cutter. Going through the rolling hills a little bit. Cover. 1, 2. Got the shoulder up still. Yeah, no problem, Zoe. No problem. Jesus, Pete. Hold on. Not done yet. Super kick. Going up. Thunderstruck. Cover. 1, 2. What? Are you kidding me? These two battling it out all over the place. Hold on, big knee from Kurohana. Oh no, leg sweep by Rain. Wait a minute, 7-star. Oh, kick to the gut. Cyclone kick, blocked. And a back fist. Trying to go for the wushu fist of silence, I think. If you got that reference, you've been watching Nickelodeon longer than I did. Hold on, big push off, Kurohana. Back up! These two, I think, natural-born rivals. Hold on. Arm wringer. Oh. Big forearm by Lizzie. 7-star lariat. Oh, she's not done just yet. Hold on. Could be going up, I think. Oh! Drift away for the cup. Oh. Apparently not done just yet. What is Lizzie Rain about to go for next? Oh, no! Kurohana getting caught, though, by Lizzie. Wait a minute. Chop block by Kurohana. Trying to take out the Thunderstruck, I think. Oh, with a knee! Big, well, shot there by Ayumi. Trying to go, I think, for a Michinoku driver. Pushing her right into the corner, though. Lizzie going up, I think. Firewoman's carry. Draping her onto the top rope. Ayumi still getting up. Jesus. Going up. Oh! Slingshot somersault senton. Yumi going up. Uh-oh. And then got distracted by the forehead of Lizzie Rain. Oh! Shot right to the ribs, though. Kurohana going up. Pop up. Oh! Jesus. Might have landed on that shoulder a little rough, though. Kurohana. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. Almost took, I think, just a few teeth off of her. Going up. Thunderstruck. Lizzie for the cover. 1, 2, 3. What a back and forth. Your winner, the Maiden of Metal, Lizzie Rain. I think we can all say that. Blasted meddling kids. What a match. Those two, they brought the fight out of each other. Holy crap. All right. Let me check something here real quick. Oh. Austin the Trash Man, gotcha. Forgot that he was actually still here. Alrighty then. Well, we do have a big match coming up, but before we do, does anybody want to roll the D20? Figured might be a good time as any to have a brief intermission, perhaps. Because those two matches, they got brutally crazy. Two great openers, though. Before we get into more crazy action. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Let me get the D20 real quick. Whew. So, here is an MCU-related question. For those that like music, what do you think a movie or TV show that has a really good soundtrack attached to it? Either if it's the film score or group of songs and stuff. You know what I mean? Just made up a trash guy for backstage since we got patio furniture as the referee. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fully fair enough. Well, it's not Doug, so don't worry about that. He's probably, I think, still the... He's basically has become Rando Party Wrestling's temporary intern for now. Basically. So, I don't expect him to probably get back into our ring anytime soon, but never say never, I guess. But alright, we got Christian up to bat first. Alright. Well, let me actually update that to his new thing. Coming up next, of course, it is Rex. Okay. And then, unless somebody joins very much last second, Mufasa. Okay. All right. So unless somebody redeems at the very last second, we are about to reveal who has the highest number for this round. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and... Christian picking up with a strong 19, followed by Rex with an 11, and Mufasa with a 2. Of course, the roles for this round will remain until after this next matchup. You know, it's been a very unique show that I kind of got into not too long ago. Cloak and Dagger. That was something different. I'm not even sure what to describe that, to be honest. It was different. It was different. But yeah. All right, let's come back down to earth a little bit because we have a champion versus champion matchup coming up next. Alrighty then. Oh, I think I actually almost forgot. There is one other thing that I do need to update real quick over on the server that I think might actually get a few people's attention. It's nothing super special, but I felt that it was slightly important to showcase this while we could. We have a brand new logo for next year's Event Horizon, and the date has been established and set for Thursday. Let me just make sure I got the right date on that, otherwise I will need to change that probably in due time. Nope, that is the official date. For Thursday, January 7th. Our biggest event out of the year will be taking place at the start of next year, so this will be a first. Could be the last, but yes. We are adjusting the calendar dates slightly So yes, it will be taking place on Thursday, January 7th. So just making sure everybody is aware. My streaming tomorrow, normal times, yes. Tuesday, 7 Central, and Thursday still 7 Central. Today was just a make-up for last Thursday when I had to miss it, unfortunately, due to IRL reasons. Yes, so we will be back to our regularly scheduled times Tuesday and Thursday night, as one will. So don't you worry. Oh yeah, trust me, I'm looking forward to it. Plus, now that we know the date of the biggest event of the RPW's calendar year, there's a lot to look forward to. Revin, rolling on in there with the D20. Hold on, let me do this real quick. All right. The Darth Father. Let's see here. Well, that's Vader, but that I missed last Thursday. No, you're good. You're good. Unfortunately, I had to miss for reasons and stuff. So. Oh, hold on. That's a close one on that one. Revin with a 16. Bumping on up to second on that roll. There you go, good sir. Oh, almost lost the cap there. But yes, as one final TDLDR, Event Horizon, our biggest event of the calendar year, will now be taking place on Thursday, January 7th. So that means the road to Event Horizon will begin next month with the return of Vertical Limit. We will reveal the poster for that later on this week, so don't you worry. Plus, big blockbuster announcement for this year's Vertical Limit Ladder Rumble. It's going to be very different. It's going to be very different. Let's get right back into the show, though, because we have champion versus champion. Up next, the Strikedown Heavyweight Champion himself, Setanta, versus the Brass Knuckles Champion, Ricky Flash, coming on over to Strikedown. And here's a crazy thing. Ricky Flash still technically is a free agent because he never got drafted in our first ever draft earlier this summer. So that means, as of right now, he can technically go to either show. But one exception could be is that if he has a specific heavyweight title or a world title he wants to go after, then that will take him to that respective show. But in the meantime, he will remain a free agent, I guess. So, of course, being the Brass Knuckles Champion, it's one of the titles that can go inter-brand, so that is also another reason. But that's for then. Let's get right into it. Of course, for those that are tuning in, we now know that it will be Angel Rodriguez challenging Setanta for the Strikedown Heavyweight title at the end of the month at Oblivion, after he won the Path to Oblivion gauntlet match back in Battle City. So that match is going to be unique, to say the least. We get Ricky Flash over here. Alrighty then. Let's head off to ringside for our champion versus champion contest. The following contest is a champion versus champion match scheduled for one fall. Coming to the ring first, representing the Shaw Family Fight Club, he is our RPW Strikedown Heavyweight Champion. He is the Emerald Hound. This is Setanta. Setanta went one-on-one just last night on 353 Wrestling in a pretty brutal contest. He's been just going like a pit bull mentality, just fighting all comers. Of course, the weekend that he had defending the title against the Sandman in a rematch during the Lionsgate Showdown over on YouTube. This man is hungry for competition, and he might get arguably one of the most imposing, intimidating figures in all of Rando Party Wrestling. because his opponent from the House of Flash, this is the RPW Brass Knuckles Champion. He is the King of Crows, Ricky Flash. Oh, 1 second. Ugh. I have to kind of crack my neck a little bit. Ricky successfully defending the Brass Knuckles title against the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada inside a steel cage just a few weeks ago at Calamity. Now has his sights at Oblivion for that very same 10 pounds of brass. The title that truly started it all here in Rando Party Wrestling. How will it do against a title that's about to become 1 year old? Let's do this. Colorable tie-up. Big push by the Brass Knuckles champion. Big catch by the heavyweight champion. Oh! It looks like wrestling's past meets wrestling's future here in the present. Hold on. Belly to back by the heavyweight champion in Setanta. Ricky not backing down from any young lion here. Big flurry of shots here. Going up for a Saito suplex. It's like a backdrop driver. Hold on. Double jump moonsault landing on the back of the Brass Knuckles champion. Hold on. Big kick to the midsection. Oh! Going on up here. Fireman's carry. Ricky breaking out of it. Kick to the midsection by Setanta. Ricky going up. Bottom rope lion salt. Nice planter there. Hold on. Enziguri taking out Setanta. Jesus. Hold on. Ricky going up. Phoenix splash to the outside, landing on the knees low of the heavyweight champion. Oh, nice dodge there by Ricky. Neck breaker. Oh my God. They're going high octane here tonight on Monday night. Jesus, Pete. Hold on. Fireman's carry. Could be going up, I think, for the Rolling Hill Slam. The very same move he used on the Sandman back at Lionsgate this past Saturday. Hold on. Ricky with the pecking order. Jesus, Pete. Right in the crosshairs here tonight. Dominating. Hold on. Ricky going for the cover. 1, 2. Nope, just a 1. Woo! Excuse me. Thing trying to go for a crow's landing, but a big forearm. Oh, back elbow. Trying to go for the final flash. European uppercut by Setanta. Going up top rope. Oh, no. Nice roll there by Ricky. Roundhouse just shaking up Setanta here. Let's go up, I think. Michinoku driver. Created by the legendary Taka Michinoku, I believe. Hold on. Oh, big shots there. Hold on. Double jump missile drop kick onto Ricky. Something in the water tonight, Monday night, because the feeling is different. Because it hits different as he goes for the scoop slam. Setanta going up. Shooting star stomp. Right into the ribs. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, with the shoulder up. Setanta. Thing about the setup, I think. Oh, shotgun drop kick. Ricky back up, though. Trying to go for a Spear of Cullen here. I know it's another move that Ricky does use from time to time, though it goes by a different name. Going up. Wait a minute. Final flash. Jesus, Pete, hold on. Driving the forearm into the face of the heavyweight champion. Roundhouse. Going up, I think, for the Pop Rocks. Cover. 1. Oh! Ricky going up. Hold on. Springboard. Big Hurricane Rana into the bottom rope. Ricky going up. Phoenix Splash. Jesus, Pete. Hold on. European uppercut by Setanta. About to go and shoot his shot at the best in the game. Springboard missile drop. Well, springboard missile drop kick. Yes, thank you. Oh! Right to the outside, though. Ricky following suit, though. Not to give Setanta any room to breathe. Shoulder breaker into a Fujiwara armbar. Has taken out many a shoulder in the past by master tacticians. Ricky going up here. Hold on. Meteora! God! Jesus! Oh my God! Hold on. Going up with a charging 450 splash. These two almost neck and neck here right now. Going to send him right into the steel steps. The heavyweight champion back into play. I think he got caught. Hold on. Sending him. Drop down. Double foot stomp. Ricky back up. Final flash connects. What is Ricky about to go for? Up the cover. 1, 2. Got the shoulder up. Jesus. Wait a minute. Right into the corner goes Setanta. Sharp elbow. Hold on. Heavyweight champion. Trying to over electric chair, I think. Punching out of the hold, though. Could be going up, I think. Ricky setting up Setanta. Crows landing. Cover. 1. His foot's on the rope partially. Oh! Even with the extra leverage that the ref didn't see. Going right in. Is this that new move? Ray Schmelger! Cover. 1, 2. And he got it. What a contest. Here is your winner, the RPW Brass Knuckles Champion, Ricky Flash, with the newly rechristened Hreish Velger, picking up the win here tonight on Strikedown Monday night. Whoo! Okay. This has been a very unique Monday night, I'm not going to lie. We have 2 more matches on the board before we call that there for our Monday night edition of Catch Up with Strikedown. I actually got to get the big light turned out, I think, at some point. All right. All right, we just got one penultimate matchup left. Grabbing another drink just in case. Thank you for the hydration, Mufasa. Do appreciate that, good sir. Coming up next, I believe, actually... That's a freaking reference. Like, dude, you look like Carrie White right now. You know, oh, right near the end of the movie. Jesus, that is a scary sight to see. But you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. Oh, back up there. There we go. Vandal Vex will be in singles competition, and she'll be going one-on-one with the Starlight Kid. These two not strangers to each other. I know that for a fact. Excuse me. Sorry, I just saw something funny. Alrighty then. Yep, and yep. Vandal Vex, who unfortunately came up short, I believe, this past Saturday at Lionsgate Showdown. Looking to get back on a big way. That was my doing. I get you. I understand. Plus, I appreciate the reference here and there. It definitely is quite the visual sighting, I will say. We already got one big major prestige win earlier tonight by Mufasa. Question is, though, can Vandal Vex do the same thing? Let's find out right now. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Coming to the ring first, from Moscow, Russia, representing the Prestige Alliance. This is the Russian Terminator, Vandal Vex. I've been listening to mellow music for most of the day on YouTube, so some of the instrumentals is currently still somewhere chiming in the back of the cranium a little bit. It kind of reminded me of the Luke Cage opening theme a little bit. So that's why I was asking the question about earlier about what is your favorite MCU movie / TV show soundtrack? You never know. And her opponent, from Japan, this is the Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid has become a big favorite here in Rando Party Wrestling. Returning tonight against, I think, what may very well be an on and off rival in Vandal Vex. I'm also getting word that Rex will be in action this Thursday night on Strikedown. Without further ado, let's focus on Mondays here. Oh! Single leg drop kick taking down the Russian Terminator. Big lion assault here following suit. Going up for a second one. Oh my God! Just getting pancake after pancake after pancake over here. Like you're having breakfast for dinner. Vandal Vex seems to be in a bit of a rough spot here. Oh! Well, course correction going on here with that big tumble over. Jesus, Pete. Oh, Vex going up for a Casadora. Split leg arm drag. Big side kick there. Jesus, Pete. Hold on. Jawbreaker connects. Springboard high cross body by SLK. As she goes up high. Hold on. Setting up for Vex for something. Diving cross body. Hold on. Small package by Vandal. Cover. One. Oh, and breaking it up here though. Hold on. Starlight Kid with a leg sweep. Going up, I think, for a big moonsault. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, with the kick out. Not making it easy here tonight for Vandal Vex. Just trying to find that groove again after these past few matches that she's been a part of. We all go through that rough, dry spell every so often. Starlight Kid going up high. Dropping with the moonsault. Jesus. Cover. 1, 2. Big kick out by the Russian Terminator. Welcome on forward. Good to see you. Lion Assault connects. Good to see you, Kay. Just in time for the last 2 matches of tonight's show. Big shot there. Hold on. Oh my God. Going up. Oh, Jesus, with a power breaker, I guess. Hold on. Enziguri by Vandal. Right into the shoulder of Starlight Kid. Hold on there. Big shots. Shotgun drop kick by Vandal Vex. Wait a minute. Oh! Right into the ribs, though. Making it a little hard to move and breathe. Going chop for chop here. Shot for shot here. Eye for an eye. Tooth for a tooth. Oh, on big drop. Oh! Shadow claw strike there. Hold on. Going up, I think, for a tiger suplex with the bridge. 1, 2. Kick out. Vandal could be going up, I think. Is this the Vandalizer? V1. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, with the shoulder up. It seems on the look in the face of Vandal Vex, she can't catch a break. Wait a minute. Vandalizer. V2. Cover. 1, 2. She got it. Here is your winner, Vandal Vex. Finally picking up a much-needed prestige win here tonight on this Monday edition of Strikedown. And that makes tonight prestigious, as the road to Event Horizon will begin in over a month and a half's time. But we still have the path to oblivion to get through. And of course, with that, the labors of hell continue between Cody, Saturn, and Jim Steele. This has been just embroiling over a month plus now. And standing at the end of it as the pride of Battle Creek, Michigan himself, holding the light heavyweight championship, first ever 2-time holder, Mufasa, looking at the carnage that is coming between Cody, Saturn, and Jim Steele. And we will see him defend the title against both in a triple threat matchup at Oblivion the very same night that those two will finally collide one final time in an ambulance match. But that's for then. Tonight, the labors continue, because they're going to be heading inside a steel cage. Let's head off for our main event of this Monday edition of Strikedown. Yes. Well, it is 2 out of 3, just because of reasons. Locking it back into the black bar cage once again. Oh, I'm in the wrong location here in the alphabet. There he is. Let's head off to ringside for our main event of tonight's edition of Strikedown. Jim Steele, Cody Saturn, Steel Cage. The following contest is a steel cage match scheduled for 2 out of 3 falls. Making his way to the ring first from the Emerald Isle, he is a former 2-time Belfast Brawl champion. This is Unreal Jim Steele. Jim Steele, at the epicenter of all things controversial right now. Everything rising up above in that Lions Pride Fatal 4-Way at Party Slam. Still holds a very controversial library fine. We'll have an update on that, I think, in the next couple weeks. Tonight, he proposed for it to be inside a steel cage. And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, he is a former RPW light heavyweight champion and one half of the 353 World Tag Team Champions. This is Cody Saturn. And back. Oh, there you go. Nice. What flavor? What flavor of cake are we talking? I appreciate a good dessert every so often. But that's okay either way. Cody Saturn not backing down from Unreal Jim Steele. As we head right in to our main event of this Monday edition of Strikedown. Apple and cherry. Interesting. I didn't know they actually could have that in the flavor combo. Cool. Let's get right into it. Saturn. Steele. In a cage. Try to 3 falls. Here we go. Not going to make it easy here. Kawada style kicks right to the former Brass Knuckles champion. Hold on 1 second. Big swinging neck breaker followed by a Pele kick from Saturn. Where's Cronus? Hold on. Steele gains scent. Leapfrog here. Oh, big dodge of that leapfrog. Hold on. Oh! Just taunting the former light heavyweight champion. Trying to go up for a chin lock. Steele going up. Hold on. Right into the corner goes Saturn. Oh! Hold on. Victory roll. Trying to go for a first cover. Hold on. Another one. Big push off there by Saturn. Swing blade. One right. Hold on. Shoulder crashing to the mat here. Good thing we had the ring reinforced to hold this Black Bart steel cage. Hold on. Oh, European uppercut. Big single leg drop kick by one half of the 353 tag team champion. He was yelling at him at a very different location. Hold on. Jim Steele in his element. Gamangiri. I think his head almost colliding with that cage though. Fireman's carry. Snake eyes. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You are locked inside that squared circle of steel. Hold on. Cardiac arrest. Almost shades of Jeff Hardy there in past, present, and maybe future. Jim Steele dominating against Cody Saturn in the match that he wanted the most. Cody Saturn, big drop kick right into the back of the former Brass Knuckles champion. Driving the knee into the throat of Steele. Right near the Steele. Cody Saturn back in control. Got to send him right back into the corner. Oh, big elbow by Steele. Almost said Saturn, yes. Hold on. European uppercut. These two going neck and neck here. Oh, big elbow. Steele going up. Shotgun dropkick to the side of the cranium. Going on up. Hold on. Frog splash. He's just punishing him. Trying to go for that heart attack elbow, but a shotgun dropkick from Saturn. Cody going up now. Shooting star stomp. Apologies for that. Shades of the heavyweight champion in Setanta from earlier tonight on Strikedown. What's he about to go for next is the question, though. Hold on. Could be going up. Oh, with a code breaker. Cover. 1. Oh, the shoulder up. Referee at ringside. Only thing they can do is either count the pin, submission, or see if someone gets knocked out. No escape from the cage. Going up. Drop down. Leapfrog. Oh, knee to the rib though. These two have already been through hell in those Lion Pride Fatal 4-Ways, Chicago street fights, iron table matches. Hold on. Float over. Trying to go for the DDT. Oh. Hold on. Picking him up. Oh. Chop block to the former light heavyweight champion. Double jump moonsault. Going on up. Staring at the fans. Shooting star press. Still with the cover. 1. Oh, Cody Saturn still with the kick out. Stomping on him here. Oh, Jesus. Busting open Cody Saturn. Wait a minute. Big clothesline combination from Jim Steele here. Cody Saturn. I think he's going up. Oh, big lariat from Steele. Arguably, I think one of the most intense rivalries in the summer. Hold on. Big forearm. Second one from Steele or Saturn. Sling blade connects. Going on up. Oh, shooting star stomp connects. What will it take? Hold on. Code breaker for the cover. 1, 2. He's got the first fall in the cage. Oh my God. Hold on. Turning over a German. Returning the favor. Oh! STG to the back. Hold on. Sending him right into the corner though. Trying over a scoop slam. Wait a minute, Cody. Reverse DDT. Cody not done yet. Seeing the blood trickling down his face. Means he has been through hell tonight. Oh! Sharp elbow from Steele. Crucifix pin cover. 1, 2. Oh! Desperation setting in for Unreal Jim Steele. Taking him down with an Eastern Lariat. Wait a minute. Oh, stomping into the sternum of Cody Saturn. Saturn in trouble here. Trying to go, I think, for a face wash. Oh, Jesus. Going right in. Oh, heart attack elbow for the cover. 1. Oh, with the kick out. How? Going up once more. Shooting steel press. Cover. 1, 2. And he's still kicked out. Cody Saturn back up. Oh no, flying forearm taking him down. About to get very much unreal, I think, here in a moment. Right into the kidneys. right into the jawbones. Kneeling hammerlock locked in. European-style joint manipulation. Meteora following suit on a sciatic nerve. Wait a minute. Double jump moonsault onto the back. Steel for the cover. 1, 2. How the hell is he still kicking? Out. Pele kick. Cody right now. Hold on. Big drop kick into the ropes, but I think he landed on his left kidney or left thigh there. Hold on. Electric chair drop. Going on up. Hold on. Going up. Diving crossbody. I think I did that when I did. Wait a minute. Fully loaded knee. Sling blade by Steel. Diving elbow, crash and burn. Hold on. Shot right to the gut. Taking it. Oh, blocking him with a shot of his own right into the ribs. Code breaker. Cody Saturn going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. The war continues in Cody Saturn's favor. GG's your winner, Cody Saturn. Cody Saturn went through hell tonight, but yet the labors of hell are in his favor, as we will be calling it there on a Monday night edition of Strike Down. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here on this very unexpected Monday night evening with our first of 2 editions of Strike Down this week. We will be back live tomorrow night with Glitch at our normal Tuesday night time, 7 Central, of course. And then we'll be back live on Thursday as well with the next edition of Strike Down. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. Appreciate all of you. We will be signing out tonight. But until next time, make sure to take a little bit of time for yourselves, whatever you got to do. Catch your breath when you need to. Make sure to help clear your head, whatever you need. Get some hydration. You deserve it. But until then, this has been Pullmaster Logue. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday night. And who knows? Maybe there might be another Monday night show in the future. Nothing made official yet. But until then, we will talk to you all later. Thank you. Good night, everybody. You the best.